No, Scott, no.
No?
Bueno, estamos aquí.
No,
Bueno.
Estamos aquí. Good evening, ladies and germs. My name's Scott Cleverton.
And mine, Assumpta Serna.
And here we are. Today is the 7th of October, Thursday, the 7th of October in the year of our Lord, 2021.
And you might say,
Today
why...
is Thursday the 7th.
Today is Thursday
It's my
the 7th.
sorry.
Yes, today is Thursday the 7th.
It's my watch telling me.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know why she's... Why she doesn't work ever, except when I don't want her to.
Well, to everybody, perhaps you might ask, but why at this time again? Well, because we figured out that for hour 6 would be year 5. So
Yeah, and that's pretty early.
And it's pretty early.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, here we are. So if this is your first time here, don't be afraid to say hello. We love to see that there's people here watching, and always never be afraid to ask questions, because that's possibly the difference between us and anybody else who teaches film acting, is that we love to defend what we think and what we believe in. Also, there's no such thing as a stupid question. That's very, very important. I spent a long time in my training as an actor keeping my mouth shut, because I thought, well, everybody else gets it, so there must be something wrong with me. That was certainly a thing I went through, that's for sure. I don't know about you.
Well, I had a lot of luck because since the beginning of my career, I had the opportunity to be also behind the cameras and in the editing room. And so that is really something, because back then, when the film was there, was not easy that directors wanted the actors to see the rushes. So I have to always thank Carlos Saura, who is, the person that in 1980 was actually very keen of me seeing how they were editing, and I learned a lot. And thanks to these wonderful directors, that they weren't afraid to really share and and talk about the things that they were doing, because there were a lot of other directors like Almodovar, for instance, that they didn't like at all to go to see the rushes with the actors. So something that it really made me think that why, and I think that the only problem is the insecurity, or also the problem that the actors were not really very well trained to actually talk about the movie.
I have another theory.
I don't know.
My theory is this, and it's just occurred to me. Okay, moment. I think it might have to do with when you're looking at unedited raw footage. In the old days, it was film; it wasn't video. So the only first time you really saw it for real was when they projected the dailies or the rushes in a projection room. Untreated, ungraded, unedited film is nothing more. There's nothing more than a wild amount of problems that have to be dealt with. So what you're doing is, when you're looking at this raw footage, you're looking at nothing more than like this long line of work that you've got ahead of you.
Of course.
And I think what happens is, if you put somebody in there, if you're insecure about it, having somebody else in there is just going to make you more insecure about it.
Yeah,
and I think that I think you're right in what you say about insecurity.
Yeah, I think it's insecurity, and also it's because we actors didn't really back then understand the process, because we were taught only theater, and so we didn't we were always pushed away from this little group of technicians and director that they were going to see the rushes.
That's true.
And I always thought that. There was a pity, and I fought a lot, in some circumstances for me to be there. But I already find out very soon that calladita era más bonita. So how you say that?
What is that? You're more attractive when you keep your mouth shut?
Exactly.
Like, you're so pretty. Don't spoil it by opening your mouth.
Yes, I had a lot of fear to actually say what I was thinking.
Did they actually say that? Did they actually go that far?
Calladita más bonita, yes.
Calladita más bonita. You've learned some
Exactly.
Spanish today. Calladita means to be quiet. And bonita, well, we all know what that is.
More beautiful, yeah. Exactly.
Anyway, look. These are our musings right now. First thing I want to do is to thank our Familia de Cine. We need to update this. This isn't. Oh, Diana's there. Oh, I can see her there. Look, she's up there. Diana's with us here today. Diana's in Moscow. And I was working with her earlier on today. We were both frantically trying to get something done before we both had to rush off and teach other classes. These wonderful people around us are the reason that we've continued to do this up until today, which is episode number 310, which we started in April of last year. Without their help and their continuing contribution, none of this would be possible.
None of this.
The other thing which is incredible, which is the community which grew up around this group. And there's a growing number of people who are native English speakers. We actually have a small but growing English speakers only group.
And I think that that will grow more now that
absolutely.
We incorporated some very interesting people. They are looking also to have very interesting people with projects in English to be able to give some interviews on Thursdays, right? Saskia is working on it.
That's right. So we're gonna start interviewing people from film and theatre from the English-speaking world, which should be kind of interesting. Over the course of these 310 live streams, we've spoken to actors, directors, writers, musicians, producers, financiers, consultants, virtually anybody you can imagine who you would find in film, television, and theatre, to do with theatre managers and people who produce large scale and small scale theatre productions. So we've touched pretty much everything during these live streams. And certainly one of the great things is about this thing that's called Familia de Cine, the film family. One of the things that has happened with it in this community is it's allowed us to set up various different commissions to develop projects, to manage the short films that we've made over this amount of time, to put them into festivals. We have one for theatre. We actually have so many commissions that we actually have a commission for commissions.
Well, there's only 10, but yes,
there's only 10 commissions.
People are very motivated, and and they are doing also groups, and and having projects, and we're very happy that this is going this well, and that we think that in English, because Scott, and because also my years in England and America and LA, perhaps it could be very useful too for people. So let's go. Let's do it. And
I have to say, buenas tardes. Good evening to you, sir. Carlos Gil.
Wow,
is with
Carlos
us.
Gil is present. Is in the building.
Carlos Gil is in the house. Carlos, we would like to interview you because
yes.
you are one of the most interesting, wonderful, talented, and passionate men I've ever met in film. Not just in Spain, but in the world. Love you dearly.
Carlos Gil is he's an assistant director. He's also
a director.
A director. He's also a producer. He did wonderful movies.
Yeah, he worked on Raiders of the Lost Ark and the other Indiana Jones films, and he's a
real pro.
He's a real pro, and every time I've had a chance to speak with him, it's been a pleasure, an honor, and a real education, I have to say.
He was a teacher in our school when we were present and kicking about.
Yep.
Now I think that would be very nice, Carlos, really, that you would come one of these days.
Well, anyway,
to
so
explain your experience, in movies.
Absolutely. All of this, how can you support us? Well, you can go to patreon.com/Assumpta Serna, that's her, and you can join in and join the Familia de Cine, which will allow you to help us in doing what we're doing at the higher levels. We also have coaching for self-tapes, auditions, castings. Also for what I'm doing a lot these days is showreels. Isn't that right, Diana? Because one of the things is to actually work out how we're going to do the showreel, but before that, we're going to get the text right.
Yes, before that, yes,
so
please.
I find myself a lot of writing and rewriting and doing all sorts of bits and pieces like that, which is quite exciting because I get to be mad, and then creative. It's very good.
So without much ado,
without further ado, Assumpta, if you'd like to do the honors.
Yes. Today, we're gonna analyze
showreels.
Showreels.
All right, and we're back. So let's go ahead and look at the first one. This was sent to us. It would have been towards the end of September. Here we go. Okay, so what we normally do when we do this, and this is very important for everybody to understand, is our objective is to look at the showreels, which are called videobooks, believe it or not, in Spain, is to look at them. So if you ever hear us say the word videobook, it's because we're used to talking about that, and that's what comes out. So the objective with when we look at a showreel is, first of all, to make sure it doesn't do the actor any damage. Okay, that's an important thing. Like a doctor, first thing, do no harm. The next thing is, what we're really looking for is to see whether the order of the showreel, the quality of the image, the sound, and more than anything else, the acting that's in there is something that can be used to sell to a casting director, a new
director,
director, anybody like that.
Exactly. Let's go with the first.
Right. So,
Rave.
Bird.
Yeah,
Tweet.
I miss him.
Me too.
You know, it's weird. From the way that you spoke about you, I kind of feel like I know you. And then I meet you in person and realise it's so much worse.
Jim, would you like a glass of water?
No, thanks.
Biscuit?
No.
I've got some Garibaldi's in the cupboard.
Yeah, I know.
I can make you some squash. Tea. How about some tea? I can put some coffee on, or there's some of those lovely fig rolls.
Yes, I know, Grandad. I bought them. I don't like fig rolls anyway.
Just trying to help.
Nathan, I just wanted to say you're the best brother I could ever wish for. And that I love you. The world's ending, Ducky. The world's in chaos. But we're safe. You and me. In our fortress. Our home. Just me and you. We could stay here forever.
Right. Okay. Sort of disappointed I didn't see your chicken McNuggets there, but
Okay, Rafe. Well, we're gonna see little bits and pieces. We're gonna watch it again, and and stop a little bit by little bit. But I want to see you more as an actor. I want to see you, doing a scene where you just are talking and being
normal.
Yes, without a character. I just want to see that on the first, as you open your name. In the first scene that you put on your show reel, because it is a pity. People, sometimes you say, okay, I want to see more about this character, but here we don't see you enough. Which is a little bit different. So I would think, see which kind of material you want. Actually, you don't have here. Perhaps some character that is also light and and it has a little bit of Pepsi about it, and something that could be also truthful and authentic, and and that show you as an actor with different objectives on the piece that you choose, that that it has a little bit of a roller coaster of not emotions, but actually things that you want, things that they are different, things that you that you explore, or things that you just want.
You see, I think one of the things is after doing so many of these, and we've done at least 150 since we started doing this. And before, we used to look at a lot of show reels as well from people who were trying to find new agents, who were trying to find, trying to have something to send to casting directors and all the rest of it. And one of the things that the actors seemed to have this necessity to do was to show everything that they could do. So they'd have comedy, and they'd have horror, and they'd be like screaming and crying, and they'd be like fun. There'd be a funny bit, and then there'd be a cool bit. And one of the things you got is, and I think that's what you're talking about here, is you never really got an opportunity to see the person. And I think if there's anything particular that
casting directors
are looking for,
that
they want to see the person, because what they see is they see an attractive, slender, elegant young man.
Exactly. That can do protagonists in a movie.
Who looks good,
But not only little phrases here and there, little roles.
Yeah, and why do they want somebody who can play the lead, or they can play an important role in the TV show or film? It's because they'll make more money. If you can make money, that means they can make money. Okay, so that's something that you need to position yourself as. I had a look at your YouTube channel, which is kind of fun, and there's some very nice filmmaking there. I really like it. But one of the things you really need to do is you really need to do that Doctor Who, audition piece. You need to do something which is dynamic and fast thinking, and you need to do something which is elegant, and something which is profound, and something which is very, very naturalistic. The most important thing now is when we say naturalistic, really what we're talking about is authenticity. something which makes us go, oh, I like him, because you're a very likable presence on screen. But you need something which has got a little bit more meat to it. And if you got some more meat to it, then that's something that people can get their teeth into, literally.
Yes, please don't think in emotions. Emotions are not important. The people that they have to be moved is the spectator, the audience, not you. Don't think about putting, things that they are in the limits of something. It's not interesting. What we want to see is you as a person, as much close as your skin, let's say, to understand also, what kind of characters you can do. So, you also heightened, I think, the, like he says, what you can do, which is, the elegant, refined, quick thinking person.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the one at the start in outside the church, the funeral type thing. Shall we watch it again?
Yes.
Let's go through it and go through it bit by bit. Okay, let me just.
Rafe, what name is that, Rafe?
Rafe. It's funny. Rafe is the sort of traditional, the sort of old-fashioned pronunciation of the word Ralph, of the name Ralph, like Rafe Fiennes.
Okay, good.
But it's also Rafe. It's become quite well, not exactly common, but it's become a much more known name. You have Rafe Spall, who's Timothy Spall's son. You have, so it's that particular spelling.
So that's why you say Ralph. Rafe.
Rafe, yeah.
Wow.
So that's
the more you know. Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I love that.
So there you go.
Now I know.
That is indeed the more you know. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch this. Let me just take it back to the
Yes.
start. Lovely picture. No?
Yes.
It's a really good picture.
Yes.
Tell us where you got it done. Interested to know. Always looking for people, and I believe you're in Nottingham.
And also, something that is young is also, you can still play people fairly young. So, add the young thing. And then
Well, he's got the thing that I've got,
description.
which is when we don't have a beard, we look very young.
Yeah.
Which I should probably stop doing that, because I'm not actually that young anymore.
Exactly. And I would just enjoy you without the beard, Scott.
No, I just look like a wrinkled old toe.
Okay, so yes, this picture is good. We know that you can do young, so we want to see that. We're expecting that on your first scene, you see? And as much young, the better, because, as younger, the better, because that means
I want to see you fetal. I want to see you curled up in a ball in pink with an umbilical cord still attached. That's what I want.
No, really.
Yeah, I
because
want the top of your head to be soft.
But then he cannot speak. And no, we need to do
Doesn't
that.
matter. He can do something Shakespearean. It'll be excellent.
Well, that would be good.
It'll be even better. Right.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I want you to be the twinkle in the milkman's eye. Okay.
Yeah, I miss him.
Me too.
It's weird. From the way that you spoke about you, I kind of feel like I know you. And then I meet you in person and realize it's so much worse.
Right. I'd love to have seen more than that.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'll tell you why it's nice. And this is something that we should all bear in mind when we're putting our reels together or just acting in general, is that you're a little uncertain when you're speaking. It's not as easy as it should be, which is good. Because when we're dealing with something which is difficult or uncertain or a struggle, in whatever way it may be, it has a tendency to just make everything interesting. If you can do everything you want, when you want it, how you want it, then it becomes very hard to do anything at all.
Exactly, and people don't like that. People like to see you human, and
suffering.
And suffering, but it's just uncertainty is a really a very nice horse to be there.
A horse to climb upon. Well, one of the things we're currently working on this book called The Science of Acting, and one of the aspects of it which we're going through, which are certain principles which are incredibly attractive for the actor. Because one of the other things that we're interested in is not just about you acting better in that sense. We're also acting more effectively. We're also interested in various paradigms which will allow you to become more, to give you more presence, make you more charismatic, and make you more appealing on camera. One of the things which is great, which is uncertainty. Another thing is to to do everything like you're playing a joke on somebody. Okay, is what I call the prank principle. This is very, very nice. One of the things I don't quite buy is the actress is really nice. Her laughter is fabulous, but she cuts it in a way which is very like an actor.
Yes.
Instead of cutting it like a human being.
Yes.
Ah, look, Rafe is here.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Good.
Welcome.
I'm so sorry because we started already saying a lot of things.
No.
But anyway, you can see it.
And Rafe, I'm really sorry. Oops, I'm really sorry. I think I spammed your Facebook. I think I probably spammed your email, and I think I also I WhatsApped you as well because I had your number. It's in your showreel. What's the guy supposed to do? But anyway, thanks for being here.
Thank you for being here. We love that you are
So
there.
if you missed the first part of us talking about you, don't worry, there was nothing bad. Honestly. But what we were doing is we were just going through the first part of your reel again. Okay, so let's just do it now. We got Mr. Pajarito here.
So we were saying about...
Yeah, I miss him.
Did we do a resume or not?
Yeah, well, we love this. We love this. It's nicely
It's
shot. It's nicely edited. You look great there.
You know, it's weird. From the way that you spoke about you,
You
I
look
kind
young.
of feel like I know you.
You look young. You look elegant. You're the prince. You're all of those things. Hopefully, you can do a great RP. That's always wonderful.
And I'm going to say something. It's going to look a little bit, kind of, I don't know, weird, I suppose. But, when guys use the left hand, it gives you an elegance. You do that all the time without realizing it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Sometimes I have no idea. I never use my left hand.
No, it's true. The left hand
Really?
is something. Try it. It's nice,
And this way?
No, this way, no.
This way. See, it just doesn't work as well. Really? You actually observed that men using their left...
Observe you, yes. And one of the things that you are most elegant is when you actually explain things on your left hand, like you do there. It's very interesting.
I've never heard that before in my life.
I know.
How
It's
long
an
have you known me?
observation. 25? No, 27. I'm
It's
sorry.
actually 28 years you've
28?
known me.
Okay.
I'm going to spend my entire time waving my left arm about now. Okay. So there we go. Anyway,
No, but
how are you
yeah,
doing? I
try
love
it.
that TV
It's
show.
nice.
It's really good. Right. Okay. So
Yes. So
Meanwhile.
what we were saying for you to have these kind of resumes that would be interesting that you put something on the beginning like you have, but a little bit longer. I don't know if you have more about this, but also we want to see more of you. Because it's not enough what is in there. So it has to be short, yes, but it has to be also shown the possibilities that you promise on your first picture, which is young, elegant, a refined person.
yeah,
right?
that future Doctor Who, all of those sorts of things. The
Quick thinking is a good one that you said before, to try to find some content.
something a little bit mercurial.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do remind me of my old pal David Tennant. You're very similar in many ways. Because you by rights should be blue-eyed, but you're not. You have quite dark eyes, which is interesting. So anyway, so let us know whether you're receiving all this, and we shall continue, shall we? Sometime.
Yes.
Right. Let me just switch this around. So anyway, so we like this. You're looking good.
Yeah, I miss him.
Young
Everything's
is a good
working.
one
You actually look like you can smoke, which
It's
is good.
You know, it's weird. From the way that you spoke about you, I kind of feel like I know you. And then I meet you in person and realize it's so much worse.
Jim, would you like a glass of water?
No, thanks.
Biscuit?
No.
I've got some Garibaldi's in the cupboard.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
make
the
some
problem
squash.
here is that your eyes are in the dark.
Yep.
Then you are not in the real nice axis of the camera, and then we lose things of what you're saying.
And also, you got the puppets are getting better close-ups than you are.
Yes, which is a pity because we want to see you.
You would be surprised at the amount of material that I've seen with actors working with puppets.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
but it's about the confinement thing. It's like
Okay.
you can't really go and do it with your pals. So you have to,
yes.
you pick up all the toys that you put away in a box, 15 years
I
ago.
think it's very clever. I like it.
No, I like it too. I think it's nice. I think
Yes,
it's nice.
just that the light, and because sometimes I remember always that Saura was telling me, no, don't do that, let me see. These things when you are, don't do that. No, don't do that. I was always worried about.
So the thing would be. So let me just put this back on. So if I was going to come in here, so there's a problem when you begin to see me with less light. Okay, so the idea is if you can't see the light can't see your eyes. Okay, so now I can see light in my eyes. It's like this thing here. I know I don't have light in this eye because I can't see the light with my eye. So this is where it starts to become optimal. That's even better. So these are the things, because I know you're also a filmmaker, so these are things to take into consideration.
Yes.
Do you like my lighting now?
Well, no, I like to.
You don't think I'm
when I see your eyes better.
like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have wonderful blue eyes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so let's go.
Moving swiftly along. Right. Okay.
Yeah, so after that, we were saying that, she finishes very abruptly.
No, it's weird.
And it's very actory.
From the way
very
that
actory,
you
yes.
spoke about you.
She does.
I kind of feel like I know you. And then I meet you in person and realise it's so much worse.
Yeah.
Jim.
Anyway, so that we were saying that.
Never underestimate how lovely it is to see people flirting on camera.
Yeah, it's always nice.
People don't do it these much. I've seen so much torture, violation, all sorts of sexual abuse left, right, and center. But God, just let me, people fighting. You don't pay any attention to me anymore, and you drink too much. I've seen that so much, but what I've never seen is casual flirtation.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice.
I want more casual flirtation. Meanwhile, back at the puppets.
Would you like a glass of water?
No,
well,
thanks.
we already
Biscuit?
said that.
Yeah, the puppet needs
No.
more light in his eyes.
I've got some Garibaldis in the cupboard.
See, it's got a good close up. You see?
Yeah, I know.
I can make you some squash. Tea. How about some tea?
I've got to tell you as well. You're going to think I'm crazy, but the sound mix is really good here. Because the sound between the puppet behind and the puppet up close, it's actually really, really well done. Watch it.
There's a lot of presence in the.
No. Just technically the way it's mixed. Listen.
No.
I've got some Garibaldis in the cupboard.
Yeah, I know.
I can make you some squash.
You see, it sounds further away. It's really good.
Tea. How about some tea? I can put some coffee on, or there's some of those lovely fig rolls.
Yes, I know, Grandad. I bought them. I don't like fig rolls anyway.
Just trying to help.
Okay, the problem here is that I cannot see you. So, or you actually try to put a little bit more light on this piece, or just forget about it, because we want to see you.
We want to see you, and also we want to see you doing stuff that we can relate to. I have no idea what's going on here.
Yes, and so all clear 2020, which is nice. We say, oh, well, okay, he worked in 2020.
You're the
which
best
is
brother
nice.
I could ever wish for. And I love you.
But
Same thing here. Now I know you want to be all moody and everything like that, and that has its place. But if you're going to light something like that, see if you can actually get some bit of light in the eyes. Okay, it's what we need to achieve some kind of connection with you.
yes.
And without that connection with you, we can't really
Remember also those days the casting directors see that on the phones in a very small places, and you cannot really see. So or you lighten it up, or just forget about it.
It's one of the things that's happened now with this whole idea of self-tapes, that a good piece of acting on a self-tape is actually really worthwhile, because everybody knows the conditions that everybody did it. They did it in their living room. They did it with their phone, with their ring line they quickly bought on Amazon, with their lapel mic that cost them a tenner. They're doing all of these different things. So the acting has to shine through, because we already know how much of a pain in the ass it was to pull off. So what you got here, if this was a self-tape, this wouldn't be valid, because we can't see your face.
Yeah, and
I'm not
even
learning
no-
anything here.
No.
Right. There's no information there.
Yes.
Listen, this is one of the things. I was talking to somebody earlier on about this. The real difference between, one of the major differences, there's many differences, but one of the most important things is the difference between theatre and film is the smallest unit of information on stage is the word, the smallest unit of information on camera is the thought. The only way I can see your thought is to see your eyes. If I can't see your eyes, I can't really see what you're thinking. This is one of the reasons why a filmmaker will show the back of somebody's head, or this tendency to shoot down at an angle on people right now. One of the reasons to do that is to make the audience go, let me see what he's thinking, let me see what he wants.
Yeah.
It's really what it does is it's throwing gasoline on the fire of that question.
Yeah, doses the information, which is what a filmmaker has to do. But here, in a showreel, we don't have to show any wonderful, technical stuff. We have to show you, technical interpretation. The technician, that what you can do as a technician, as an actor technician.
There's very few things that are more interesting than seeing somebody in close-up changing their mind about something.
Yeah, that is beautiful. It's no, a car crash is going to be so compelling to see than
somebody changing their mind.
Yeah.
Or somebody
uncertain about something.
Uncertain about something and making a decision. It's very, very interesting. Right, let's keep going. Right, so here we are.
Ducky. The world's in chaos. But we're safe. You and me. In our fortress. Our home. Just me and you.
Well, here you see the problem with that bit is that I don't know who is you. We don't establish well where is this you, and also because you are all the time with a mirada fija, fixed stare.
Yeah.
We don't really understand that, and then there is also an inanimate object there, and who is you?
Are you sure about what you're saying? Are you convinced about what you're saying? Is there any uncertainty? Is there any hesitancy about what it is? These are all interesting things to contemplate, particularly in any given moment, and I've said this to a lot of people who I've worked with, in any given moment we're speaking to one of three people or groups. We're either speaking to somebody else who happens to be there, or a group of people. We're speaking to ourselves, which is something that we do regularly, and we also do it when there are other people present. We'll actually speak to ourselves and use the other person as a reflection of what we're trying to understand. We'll use their presence for us to explore or theorize something. And the third thing is we speak to God or the universe. Now, you might go, well, I'm an atheist. Well, now, then my question is, well, then to whom are you telling the joke? Because that's what sarcasm is you're telling a joke to the universe because nobody else is going to appreciate it. And the other thing is that when things happen outside our control, what do? We look up. There seems to be an almost genetic predilection to assume that this greater power exists above and beyond us. And that's not to confirm or deny the existence of a maker. That's quite simply to say that there are things that we look to that are outside us, which we qualify as being an external power, a higher power, or a lower power, if you want to see it like that. But those are the things that we speak to. Just those three.
Yes.
So.
Oh, sorry, I hear I'm caught. Oh, I'm caught.
You caught?
Okay, no, one thing that I want to say is about weakness. The people, that's why uncertainty is so powerful, because, the weakness is what the people can relate to. If someone is so sure about something, if someone knows the truth, it's less interesting, If there is a truth, then is a surprise, or is a revelation, or is something that you discover and want to share with another person. You see, but if not, you lose people. And what you want is actually to connect with them with your own weaknesses. So try that. Instead of I know that when we are young, we want certainties instead of being uncertain, and we are trying to fit ourselves in the world, and we are trying to also demonstrate who we are, and and have extremes. Then we are trying the extremes because we like to see what is that, and and we have to do that. But in movies. And really what we want to see is not the extreme. We want to see, the ability that an actor has to actually communicate with people, and that the thoughts can be actually shared with an audience, with a spectator. And that is what is interesting. So for that, you also have to understand that when we are talking, we are never in a fixed stare, because we are thinking and we are projecting. We are here, we are there, we are here, and then we project when we have the idea. And that's a way of a technical way of understand the thought, the process of thought. So if we are, only actors are, fixed with a fixed stare, I'm already very uncomfortable, you see, because I have to really think things to be able to tell you. And that is a fixed stare is something that you see in a lot of showreels. It's something that we it detects like a fear, fear about the text, or or that you have to be concentrated on the eyes of the other actor, because if not, you lose something. It's something that we do as actors, but never as people. So this authenticity comes for having a place that you think, and someone that is clear for the audience that you're telling the story to.
It's an interesting thing, because we are 100% real, authentic, and who we are, all the way up to somebody saying action, and after they say cut. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing that goes for stage. We're completely real and authentic until we walk into that stage, and then we turn into another creature. One of the things, and I always think that the take between action and cut when we're acting, that's a little bit like a bald guy who needs a comb over. We have to take the truth of beforehand, the authenticity of beforehand, and comb it over into the take, whatever it might be. We have to, because remember, nobody turns around to us in our daily life and they go, well, I really don't believe you right now. I really don't believe you are who you say you are. Which is it's very interesting, because a lot of the time actors, and we see this in showreels a lot, is that actors are actually exhibiting all the qualities and side effects of telling a lie.
Yes, Rafe, I want you to know something. That's something that happens or happened to all of us. Why? Because it's normal. The actor is in an environment which, normally he or she doesn't control. But, little by little, we have to be, masters of it, and the interpretation or the acting of a star is where he starts or she starts doing this thing, where, it's impossible that, more human he is, more she is for all these little details, because we can recognize, the thoughts of the character that he's playing or she's playing.
It's interesting that what you'll get is a very competent actor. They won't decide exactly what they're going to do, but they will decide beforehand what their tactic and strategy will be to approach it.
Yes.
And this is a very, very interesting thing, because all the actors that we really, really love are the ones that have a great capacity for complete commitment to whatever decision that they've made. And this is why I'm a big fan of killing the sacred cow of less is more, less isn't more, less is less. If less is more, then nothing is everything. It's just math. Okay, so shall we finish up?
Yeah. And also I wanted to say that if there is someone up there, like I don't know, Lucinda or someone like that can been with us, watching us to do these comments on video and demo reels. You're gonna start realizing that we are almost saying the same things, and it's because it's the same mistakes, it's the same way of approaching material which is really the big mistake, and so, that is something that is not only you, Rafe, it's something that happens a lot of times, so don't feel bad about that. It's an adjustment, and it's an adjustment that when you get it, it's going to be forever,
Yeah, there are things that are good about this reel. It won't do you any harm.
No.
No, but what it won't do is it won't give people what they want to see more of, which is you. Okay?
I want you to see if I can give you a lead role, and there with little phrases and little stuff, I don't see it. I know that it's hard, to do things like that because you don't have the material, and when you start, but you have to now, think of it not like a professional, but someone that actually can do a lot of good things in a self tape. And if you put that in a show reel, there's no problem now, because people know that we've been for a year not doing any jobs, so.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you did 2 movies.
Well, but I mean, people understand that.
Yeah, of course. The 2020 was a black hole for everybody.
Yes, for everybody.
Fortunately, I know people who were in jobs that got the entire thing, they were halfway through it, and the entire thing got cancelled. So it's been this. This is obviously the stuff that you've shot at home, and you should keep doing that. Yeah. That's really what you should. That's really what you should be doing.
Just film yourself, like in a very clever
I mean, not
way.
always. I don't want you to film everything. Obviously, that would be indiscreet of you. But there's certainly you have a great advantage, and I want you to do something where I can really just get to see more of you.
And choose your content, and on the ways that we were saying, you like the word elegant. He says, loving the feedback, guys. Thanks so much so far. I'm loving the word elegant. Yeah, and quick thinking, that it was a very good observation. It's because he observed you in the YouTube channel, you're saying? His YouTube channel?
Yeah, and it's fun, and it's light, and it's unself-conscious, and it's very committed when you're shooting stuff on your own. There's some nice stuff. That's what I said about your chicken McNuggets. I like that. It's really silly, but it's got great commitment to its silliness, and actually shows a great filmmaking eye. I got to tell you, I mean, you've got an eye for shooting. You know how to edit. You know about sound.
The importance of the sound. Yes.
Yeah, and what I really want to do is to get back, because the things that you're doing are sort of relatively surreal. I want you to do sort of like a really kind of normal guy meets girl kind of scene.
Yes, with a nice flirt there.
Because that's the sort of thing you'll end up getting cast in. You're getting cast as the young romantic lead in something.
Yes, and we like young. We like young because, you can do it. And it's nice that you can
we like young.
No, I mean,
yeah.
we
You're
want
almost
to show
young enough for me, young Rafe.
We want to see you, as a son,
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah. Let's see. What's it? Crystal's on a comment what we're saying about how work's coming back. Things are picking up around here, New Orleans and other close areas.
Yes, but in a show reel, the people are a little bit more permissive than they were before, because they tolerate not that wonderful quality, or that you have been doing so many things, because they know that you do self tapes now.
I was talking to Diana, actually. Diana, I was talking to her earlier on today. And one of the things that strikes me most, and people here in Spain, probably like in London and other places around the world, people are beginning to set up companies where they shoot showreels for people. And the quality is very good. The image, the lighting, the text very often is not bad. The sound is great. The editing's good, and all the rest of it. The one thing which is jarring is that you're seeing things which are shot and they look like a TV show. Like you can find them on Netflix or Amazon or the BBC. They look really, really good. But the one thing that's jarring is you go, I don't believe that person got that job. You watch it and you go, I don't buy that TV show or that movie gave that person the job.
Yes. Because
what they're doing is they're not doing the sort of acting that everybody needs for those sorts of jobs. And the things that we've been talking about today, in fact, the things that we've been talking about, if you go back and there's a playlist on YouTube of us reviewing showreels and doing stuff in English, I highly recommend you go back there, because what you'll begin to discover is not only what Assumpta said, which is we find ourselves saying the same things over and over, but the sort of acting that we are actually driving people towards is what you could roughly call movie star acting, or the series regular acting, the star of the TV show acting, the regular role in a series, in a TV show. That's really what we're sort of pushing people towards, because one of the things that happens now, and then it's really been going for a while, it's always been prevalent in television to a degree, is the importance of what we could define as character. But what it really is the attractiveness, the interestingness, the fascination that the audience may have with the actor who's actually performing those roles. And those are things that it's very tricky to learn how to do, because particularly if we're young and we don't have a great deal of experience on camera, we don't know when we cross the line. We're not entirely sure when people are going to kick us out of there.
Of course.
And this is one of the things that I've realized is that certainly in Britain, a great proportion of those actors who do very, very well for themselves come from upper middle class backgrounds. They went to private schools. They've never ever had to worry about money. The answer when they've asked for something has usually been yes, and so they have a great sense of why can't this work? And this is certainly something that I've noticed, speaking as a guy from Leith in Edinburgh, that I was surrounded by other actors who didn't have that issue. So this sense of entitlement, and that word is used so many places in so boorish a manner that I don't even like to use it, but really what it is that the reason that we don't do it more is because we don't expect to be allowed to do it. That's just one of those things, and it's very tough, because that confidence really can't come externally. Somebody can tell you you're brilliant all day, but what you really need to do is to begin to understand quietly that you know what you're doing. This is not about artistry. This is about craftsmanship. This is not about doing some extraordinary thing that's going to change the world. No, this is about being very, very good at building that table, fixing that car engine, or mending the leak in the sink. This is a craft more than anything else. Rafe says, I think this advice has been fantastic. I'm going to lose the Dark One clip and extend the first. I got some super naturalistic footage coming from some recent work, so I'll be including that.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Please,
and
when you do, just bring it back to us. We would like to review it.
One of the things that we've done, because we've been doing this for so long now, is that we'll give people some stone cold advice. And remember, that advice is really coming from a place of, we wish we had people to give us advice like this.
Yeah, we wish, yes.
This sort of transparency. And what they do is they come back to us with a re-edited showreel. And one of the problems is when people comment on showreels, they go, no, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like that bit. Oh, you should take that bit out. Oh. But really, it's based entirely on their taste. This hasn't got anything to do with taste, apart from the taste of the industry as it stands right now. This has got to do with how we can show the best part of ourselves. And within the first few seconds, the people go, I like that guy. I want to see more of him. We give them a little bit more, and they go, God, I wish I got a little bit more. And you go, oh, I got that as well. Wow, he looks different with longer hair, or he looks different with a beard. He looks different clean shaven.
Or he can do comedy, or he can do, it's nice. Remember that the first thing that you after the picture, that's what the people are gonna want to see. You have to answer their question is he a good actor on the first one? If you do that, then you already earn all the 2 or 3 minutes of your video book.
I'm going to say something else there.
Showreel, sorry.
Showreel. I'm going to say something else there. It's not, is he a good actor? What they're really looking for is he a competent actor?
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I say the word competent is people go, why are they always in that TV show? Why is it always the same people we see all the time? Well, they've proven themselves to be competent. You might not like them, but they're competent. If they're not competent, they get fired, they get replaced, or they just didn't get the job in the first place. Our great struggle has been when we're training actors for acting on camera is how can I make this person not only competent, understand how to be competent, and know what it is that they do that works. And if you can if you can divorce yourself from the idea of being a good actor, you just might stand a chance of being a great actor. Because the issue is that when you're doing a job, the minute you start trying to be good is the minute it all goes to shit.
It's like the screenwriter, who said like to throw away the good bits.
It's what Hemingway said. Hemingway's
exactly.
great piece of advice, and this is a good piece of advice for anybody writing, is you write it, you read it, and then you go back and take out all the good bits.
Exactly.
Because all the good bits are there to try and show off how good a writer you are.
For us, the good bits, is the emotional bits, is the extreme bits, is where we have to, put our heart out. But it's not that what they want to see, really.
No, and there's another reason for that, is that just as we might be impressed by this weird, extreme emotional state that we're inhabiting in that moment, all it will make everybody else feel is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Or slightly disgusted or bored. Because the thing is, like, raw, unabated, primal emotion there's no information in it. It doesn't tell us anything.
After 2 seconds, we already know, oh, yeah, he's angry. That's it. And so, what is interesting about that? And remember that our job is to generate questions to the audience. That is our first job as actors.
There's nothing more funny than somebody who doesn't want to laugh. There's nothing sadder than somebody who doesn't want to cry. There's nothing that we can relate to more to somebody who's incredibly angry but just can't express it. All of those particular things. Those are the things
the
which
subtext,
Yeah, and it's sort of that degree of
Thoughts.
suffering. When I say suffering, I don't mean, oh my God, I'm suffering as a person. I mean, we get to watch somebody squirm. That's always really good. That's always great. Well, Rafe, hopefully this has been useful to you.
Thank you.
I hope it has been, and hopefully to everybody else who's watching out today. The best thing you can do is to tell your friends about this. Let them know what we're up to. Let them know what we're going for. And remember, I also want to thank all the people who've been supporting us for the last year and continue to support us.
So if you want to support us, you can do it by every month. If you like our content, please go to patreon.com/Assumpta Serna.
You had to think of your name there for a second.
Yeah,
Me. Slash me.
Well,
No, it's the other thing I heartily encourage everybody to do, if this is your first time here, look down in the description. You'll find it in YouTube. Or in Facebook, and see who we are. We do what we teach. I also recommend, if you're going to work with a coach or a teacher, look them up on the IMDb, see what they've done, and that'll give you a good indication as to whether they actually know what they're talking about. In terms of film acting, we don't teach theatre acting because that's not our field of expertise. Hey, got Sarah, formerly of this borough. How you doing, Sarah? Welcome. Up there.
So if you want to
in Aberdeen.
If you want to become part of the family, please do put yourself in patreon.com/Assumpta Serna. And every Tuesday, we have a meeting, a private meeting, where we are discussing projects, and people are really interested into have also you from another country that is not here. We have 11 countries in our family. A lot of them is speaking Spanish, but a lot of them is not.
Well, this is very interesting.
Brussels, from Paris, from other places.
From Moscow, from New York,
yes,
Argentina, all over the place.
So please come. We love to hear what is your adventures, and try to see if we can help each other. That's our our main objective in Familia de Cine.
Yeah, which there's also a webpage, which you can see it there, and it's so Sarah. You see Sarah? Look, you see Sarah?
Yeah.
She's got a Spanish boyfriend.
Oh wow!
She managed to find the Spanish boyfriend in Aberdeen. You don't have to make your life difficult.
Well,
sweetheart.
he must have been there very, very exotic, isn't it?
Well, I guess so. Her Spanish should be really good by now.
We like that. We like to cross
countries. I think his name's Pablo. I'm not sure. I can't remember. So there we go. Yeah, it's fantastic. He'll be there with his Spanish accent, going, "Oh yeah, como puedo decir fit like the day." Just let them know that if you speak Spanish with an Aberdonian accent, you sound like from. So mira, ella dice, she says, Él es maravilloso y tengo mucha suerte con Pablo.
Wow, that's nice, Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah is...
He must be, but look, let me see you. Of course, he's maravilloso. I mean,
Look at
you
that.
look so nice. You know, Sarah, I mean, for a Spanish guy, you are
Yeah.
like a trophy.
Exactly. It's like I'm a trophy here,
Yes.
believe it or not.
Yes, he
Don't
is.
touch me.
No, my father had also blue eyes, and he was very Catalan, so
Well, there you go.
yeah, I love blue eyes.
Yeah. So, enhorabuena. And Sarah is basically possibly the one of the smartest, fastest thinking, sweetest, funniest people I've
Oh,
ever
really?
met. Yes.
Where did you meet her?
It's Earthlink. She bought the car.
Oh, I know. Wow, Sarah, this is that
Yeah,
Sarah.
yeah, she
that
was-
you were
she-
playing with video games with her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I know.
And
Thank you.
And
Hi,
she was in
Sarah.
she was in Familia de Cine for a while,
Oh,
and then
yes.
she left us.
Oh, why? Now we are more we are more international than before. Sarah, why?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, darling, thank you very much to be here.
Yeah,
and,
thanks. Right. Anyway, that's our show for tonight. Remember to smash that like button if you're on YouTube. I love saying that. Smash that like button if you're on Facebook. Oh, and follow us on Facebook and give us a like, because we have more people follow us than like us.
Yes, we don't understand that. We don't understand why people don't like us.
It's
really.
like they're sort of
But,
like, you know,
they follow us.
I'll follow you, but
Yes.
it doesn't mean we're in a relationship or anything like that.
Exactly. Just
Okay.
I follow you.
Yeah, so that's the way that goes.
Just to check you around.
And it's great we discovered that Antonio Banderas was talking about
Oh, yes.
Familia de Cine.
Look at that.
A la familia del cine.
You see? Look at that. Check out Tony Flags all day.
Thank you, Carlos, for being there, even if
And
you...
all the night.
And we're going to contact you, really.
Yes, we
because
shall. You
we
should
shall-
expect a message soon.
Yes.
And anyway, we're going to have a little after show, a brief one after we're done here. But this has all been fantastic. As we say in Spanish, mañana
Más?
y mejor. That means tomorrow. More and better. Bye for now. Back in a minute. So here we are back again, and we're just talking about that. The
Yes, you are my trophy.
Yeah, you see those Spanish men
Yes.
going to Scotland,
You said
stealing our American women.
Yeah, well, I'm very glad that you know, I like Spanish men, but I like more him.
That's what she said. Literally, that's actually just what she said. Just don't careful with the
27 years, so
careful,
go for it,
careful
Sarah.
with the shirt. 28.
28, sorry.
Yeah. I love the fact that you don't remember dates or anything
Sorry.
like that. Last year we did a live stream, and the live stream started with us going, we just realized it was our wedding anniversary yesterday.
Yeah, that was awful.
Well, we were busy.
Yes, well, we were.
We were busy. You didn't leave the house for 60 days.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much again
Thanks,
for being
guys.
there.
Thanks, guys. It's
See
great.
you next Thursday
And
in
remember,
English, but
and remember, the door is always open to anything any questions. I know I've corresponded with Crystal. She had some questions. She had to do a casting one day, and she got a job, which is great. We'd love to hear about that soon. The most important thing for us is to
the casting that you...
no,
help her
I
with?
didn't coach her with.
Oh,
I gave her some pointers.
Okay.
But
Okay,
I
good.
have all the confidence in the world, and this is something that's happening right now. Look at that.
Lucinda says, I'm married to a Spanish guy and we met in Spain.
You know, there's nothing.
Wow.
You see, we're Scottish. We've got to get the hell out of Scotland.
Lucinda's also from Scotland?
Yeah, Lucinda's she's from Edinburgh.
I
She
see.
didn't tell me where from though. You guys have to tell me whereabouts in Edinburgh you're
But
from.
that's not going to be news anymore in London. No?
What do you mean?
Oh, well, perhaps yes.
What's
now.
news in London?
Well, because there is a lot of people from all different countries. In
I just
your
married you for
country.
the passport.
Well, I suppose that's going to be true now.
Because you just can't get good jamon in Waitrose.
Jamón.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Cámara plays here, very nice.
Yeah.
Cortadora de jamón, remember?
Cortadora de jamón. It's
Garral.
just, yeah, I know. Yeah, but she's every single one of her fingers has got a band-aid on it.
Well, poor thing,
Yeah, I
because
know.
he slept.
Yeah,
Can you say that? The knife slipped?
The knife slipped, yes.
Okay.
Yes. As my dad would say, it's more dangerous to cut with the south side. Oh, the south. No, the south side. My grandparents were from the south side, Marchmont, all around that particular area. The south side's very nice. The south side's where Big Tam Connery's from.
But south side is where your mother is from?
No, that's where my grandmother.
Oh, grandmother.
Because they
Okay.
were posh, but they weren't that posh. And then they moved to Morningside, which is extremely posh. You'll have had your tea.
Okay.
My grandmother was one of those. You yins are better than us yins at mathematics, but us yins are better than you yins at English.
What? Really? That's what he was.
No idea what I
No,
just said.
No,
None whatsoever.
no, but that doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I think you had endless conversations with my
I
father.
was trying to picture her, and I mean, your grandmother was better than your father. Your father was,
She means in terms of
couldn't-
being able to understand.
yeah.
Well, because my grandmother would put on this thing where she would go, "Oh, Assumpta," and she would do that thing where she was trying to be quite posh.
Oh, I see.
It was this sort of like.
So when I was saying shit, she didn't like it.
No, when you started to swear like an Irish navigator, it was definitely not on effing and blinding.
I remember you telling me that.
Like, can
I
we just
remember.
calm down there? Mother, Assumpta, please. It's my grandparents, Scottish grandparents. They're not into you swearing like a,
Yes. I'm
I mean,
sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm sure I've done the same thing. Whenever your father said salute and I said forsal conut,
Yeah, that was awful.
that was awful. It's like, I forsal conut.
Exactly.
I'm so used to it that sometimes, Assumpta will kick me under the table and I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I was an accident.
No,
I'm
no.
so sensitive to it.
Yes. Well,
Is
anyway.
it bad to say forsal conut?
Well, it's not nice. It's something, haha, it's like, nah.
It's something, ha.
Nah.
God save us from
Oh, nah.
Right. Anyway, I've got to explain this. Do you know what ROFL stands for?
No.
Rolling on floor laughing.
That's
Okay.
nice. Thank you, Christoph.
Mind you don't hurt yourself, right?
Okay, bye. Good weekend.
We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be back tomorrow in Spanish time. It's at 6. Which
so
will be
it's at 5.
5 o'clock in Britain time.
But if someone wants to come on Tuesdays,
Look,
please, for the actual.
My brother, at the end, like at the 11th hour, he turns up. I try to get out, and you keep pulling me back in. How you doing, Ross? Good to see you.
Nice.
And you can understand everything that we're saying, which is even better.
Yeah, we would invite you on Tuesdays, but I don't know if that would be interesting for him because
it's because everybody's speaking Spanish, which is a little tricky. We're going to have a Zoom, an exclusive English-only Zoom, don't you think?
That's nice.
And I'll
If
be
we
able to
have
tell a
enough
whole
people in
different range of
Patreon,
jokes. What?
Come to Patreon, and then
Who,
then
my brother?
No. Yes, if you want to come.
No, don't worry. I'll buy you in. It's all right. It's fine. I'll let you in the back.
Why not?
I'll let you in the back
It's
door.
okay.
I'll let you in the back door, Ross.
We love you, Ross.
It's fine. Yeah, we do. So one of the things that we're wanting to do is we're wanting to increase the amount of people who join the family, as it were. It's going to be like that with the family. Got to make them an offer he can't refuse. So we're going to do these things with the family, and there's a lot of people who are they don't speak any Spanish, believe it or not. So we're hoping to grow the amount of people who can join the family in other parts of the world. Sarah says, really enjoyed it. You two are lovely together. It's the drugs, Sarah. That's what keeps us through it. And
have a good night. You too. Hope it's nice and relaxed.
Yeah,
Yes?
Jim. I didn't say hello to you early on. Jim is a fledgling performer, and Jim is currently looking for another thing to do. Jim was a great streamer, and one of the he's like I don't know. If radio still exists, he should be a radio DJ because he's got such positivity and he's a great talker and he's so fun to listen to. And you should get back on that. And I don't know. I think the best way to be a streamer is to be a girl. I don't want to be cynical about that, but it really helps. The cynical thing is like when the guy streamers are there, the guy is in the bottom left hand corner and the game is there. And when girl streamers, the game is in the bottom left hand corner and the girl is there. That's the way it goes. Yeah.
It says I'm a strange cookie, as I've been told.
I'm interested to know what that is, Ross.
That is a key?
What is? I don't know what that weird little icon is. He says, I don't know what that was. I'm a strange cookie, as you've been told. Yep. And quite frankly, Jim, anybody who's passionate about anything in this world is very, very uncool.
And yeah, strange cookie.
To quote Almost Famous, one of my favorite lines from a movie is, the only currency in this bankrupt world is what two people share together when they're uncool. May we never, ever become cool. Because everything else is just nonsense. All right. That's us for today. It's great to see you, Jim. Great to see you, Crystal. Thanks for dropping by, Rafe. Thank you for sending us your showreel. Let your friends know. Get them to send it to us. The email's down there in the description. And Lucinda, you'll have had your tea, don't you know? That's a very Edinburgh thing to say.
Yeah.
It's as Tom Conti said about Edinburgh, because he's from Glasgow. He said Edinburgh is like a beautiful actress with no talent.
Yes, I don't like that. Don't say that from your own town.
Well, it's very, very pretty, but
it's very pretty.
Gizo, it's kind of
oh, come on.
chilly.
It's chilly, yes.
It's not like Glasgow.
What?
Well, because the Glaswegian crack is a little bit more, amplio. It's a little bit wider. It's got a larger beam to it.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Bye. Right,
Jim, Ross,
thank you
Sarah,
to everybody,
and Senor Pablo. It's a bag of shite, as my. Thanks, Ross. Thanks. Yeah, I can't wait to hear your review of the new Bond film. Saw it the other day. I think that might be it.
Yes, and we have to go and see Titan. That is also very, very good.
Yeah, Scott. This is the thing about Scottish people. We're always really horrid to each other.
Why? No, I don't like that.
I don't know where that comes from.
Protect your land. It's awful.
What, protect the land? I haven't lived there for 30 years.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's your land.
This land's not my land. Okay. All right.
Bye.
I'm going to go. This is terrible. Right. Thanks, everybody.
Very good weekend.
Love you all to bits. We'll be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. here in Spain. That's 5 p.m. in the UK. Don't make me work out what the times are in the rest of the world, because it's an absolute mystery to me. And it's great to see you all here. And if not, we'll see you next Thursday. Send us your showreels. Love you to bits. Don't forget to smash that like button and all that good stuff. And
bye.
Upwards, and
onwards.
Good.